really both these guys are going to be still looking for 2 good waves in that amount of time. We're past the high tide mark. It's tide dropping in a very inconsistent heat so far. You're going to have to make the most of those last few sets.
Yep, I agree. And a little bit surprised that they actually stood up on that wave because, again, I would have, these two guys being friends, I would have thought that they would have communicated, said, hey, the heat's almost halfway over. Let's have a full 30 minutes out here.
Well, here's the problem with that, though, Pat, is it's not an automatic restart. And if they wouldn't have taken those waves, the head judge would have said, sorry, we're not restarting the heat because there was a set and you didn't take off. So it's not an automatic restart. It's only if the head judge feels that you guys, there weren't waves. Oh. So we saw it happen at Tahiti this year. The guys were sitting there talking to each other. They passed up a few waves, and they all were waving their arms going, hey, where's the restart? And they came on and said, hey, there's no restart. You guys now got a 15-minute heat because you've just passed up a bunch of waves.
Snips has always known the rule book.
Well, no, I stand in the back there and listen to all the stuff. So.
No, and you read that rule book. You go home and you get the new rule book comes out, and Snip goes to sleep reading it. It's by his bed right now.
Oh, Jesus, Brock. That's pretty true, though. I must say, you got me there.
He's got it right in the drawer, right next to his bedtime thing. Knows every rule.
Well, it sounds like there's been some earthquakes in Indonesia. I don't know if that's true. Yeah,
there has. It was
How do you know
yesterday.
that?
Well, because Sean Collins tells me, and I'm bugging him every day about the waves, and he's keeping me updated on the.
Someone says they think that Kelly was. He thought that he was underscored on that wave, and I thought that was pretty fair.
Yeah, I thought it was fair, too, because he made a mistake on his first turn, got stuck for a minute there. He got caught behind that wave, didn't really have any major maneuvers. I think a 5 was a pretty good score.
Another guy emails in, wants to know what I think now that Mick is out of the contest, and what is it, because I was saying that I thought Mick was not a lock for the world title, but I thought that he was definitely the guy to beat. I still think he is the guy to beat. And
well, he's for sure still the guy to beat. He's going to be #1 regardless of who wins this event. It's all about those other guys gaining ground now. Can they make a push?
Yeah, no, I think what Mick's worst result was a 3rd.
Yeah.
Before this.
Contest. So this is only one of the throwaways. He could get a 33rd in the next event as well and still be
in contention.
Well, still be the leader even,
right.
Because on the adjusted ratings, he hasn't. This is his first bad result. Well, Kelly's getting a little antsy here, you guys. He's going to take a smaller wave. See if he can turn this into a score. Goes to his backside here. A series of nice turns. Wow, that second turn was really good for the size of that wave. Kelly looks.
He looks pretty sharp. Huh?
He looks very sharp. Jeez. Kelly really making the most of a very small wave there, Buck.
That was nothing. That wave was really a nothing wave, and you know, he's going to get a score out of it for sure. But
sometimes
that was one of the smallest waves ridden in this contest so far.
Yeah, look at that.
Most of the guys, they don't even look at that wave. It just goes right by.
Full top to bottom surfing here on such a little wave. Watch this second turn was really nice. Blasted off the top.
Almost grabbed rail right there.
Almost grabbed rail there and straight into another section. Really small wave. It's going to be probably a pretty low score, but he's just trying to get some pressure on Rob in case it goes flat here.
Something to think about is with that ride is that every time Kelly did a turn, he faded back because he knew it was a tight set.
Yep.
So he had to fade back to sort of create another turn, and that's something that the very best surfers in the world can do. They can do a great big turn, fade back, and then and hit that section.
Well, I think that was a smart move for Kelly, actually. When you look at the clock, you got 9 minutes to go. He's back out there. You can see him already back in the lineup. He didn't have priority, so a great move.
No, Kelly's got a 4.93 on that.
Yeah, no, he's got 2 5s under his belt, and pressure's on Rob.
Pressure's on Rob. Now Rob's clearly going to wait for a set. I mean, Rob knows if he gets an 8, he can back it up with a quick 3 or 4 and take the lead. I mean, he's got the math worked out in his head. 10 points. You know, but I think he's going to sit there and wait for the first or second real set. They had a set at the start, but this heat's been super inconsistent, unfortunately, for these two guys. And so far, it's Kelly Slater playing a very smart game.
Yeah, it's interesting. PK caught up with Kel before the heat and talking about board design and
look
stuff.
at Kelly wants to know the time.
Yep.
We'll go to PK. He's got that piece.
I think PK's got that piece.
We're here with Kelly Slater. His heat is coming up. I saw you had a lot of boards in your car. Which boards made it down to the beach, and what board is going to make it into the water?
I don't know. That last set was a little bigger, so I might get back on just a regular short board, but I rode a 510 board we call the Flyer the other day, just a little 3 inches shorter than normal.
That was the board you'd never ridden before?
Yeah, a little bit wider, but then I don't know, like lefts have looked good, and my forefin feels really good in left, so I got that down here just in case.
You know, there's a lot of people that want to see that forefin. Not that you have to ride it. Don't make your decision.
I'll put it on the beach, and they can
there you
look
go.
at it, Peter.
You should let people come up and touch your board.
So I got one round tail, one squash, just normal boards, and then I got the forefin, it's the swallowtail, and that's also 510. So.
All right, cool. Well, the best in the world has a lot of decisions to make. Me, I'm like a kid in a candy store. I don't like going into 7-Eleven because there's too many options, but we'll see what Kelly comes up with.
Excuse me, Peter.
Well, thanks, PK, and we're watching footage here of Rob, who just finished a ride that we will have a replay for you right now. And
yeah, I think this is going to be the highest score of the heat, you guys. Rob jumps up on the lip there, comes around the second. Really nice second turn here from Rob. Blows the tail. Gets 1 second there, but
that was nice.
yeah,
Knifey turn.
Really knifey turn there from Rob. It's going to be a good score as he finishes up with another slash there. Comes through the inside here. This is back
Looks
to
like
live action.
Kelly's out the back on a ride, a long section in front of him. Wow. That's how you take a bad wave and make it good.
Well, really creative surfing there from Kelly as he winds down the line here to finish this wave. And like you said, Pat, getting very creative.
That, well, talk about, it looks like he chose the right surfboard.
Looks like a quad to me. I'm not sure if that was. I can't tell from here if it's a
loose enough
thruster.
that it might be a quad, but
I think it's the same Flyer that he rode.
it's a Flyer, huh?
Yeah.
What is a Flyer there, Pat? Oh, well, here, let's watch Kelly's wave again.
Well, it's a board that flies.
Well, he's flying. Look at this first snap. That was really committed surfing. Throws it right back up on there. Here's where he got really creative. Throws it up on the foam. It blows the tail around into a 360, and I don't think he could have done any more with
He's
that
still
section.
so great. It's,
Yeah.
it's just fun watching Kelly surf.
So Rob's scores are coming through. They're pretty darn good ones, and now Kelly's going to get a giant score. Kelly gets an 8.5. Rob gets a 6.33. So finally some great action there. This is more of what we expected out of this heat. On your screen is the 8-time world champ Kelly Slater. He's in the lead. Rob Machado only needs a 7.18. He's got priority and 6 minutes to go. So this heat is starting to get very interesting, you guys.
Yeah, it's interesting. That wave of Kelly, when he did that first turn, the wave from here, when we weren't looking in the screen, was standing up across the whole place. And for him to do such a committed turn in that space that he knew he needed to get down the line was a testament to he knew his equipment. And here's Rob looking at a really...
Rob's looking at a great wave.
Yeah, he's looking at a great one. He's looking for a 7.17.
He actually looked at the right briefly there. Big first turn there from Rob. Let's see how he goes here. Throws it up off the white water. This wave lining up down the line in front of him, and he catches his rail.
Completely surprised. Well,
that's the second wave Rob's fallen on. He's definitely feeling the pressure. I think when he goes against Kelly, he knows he has to pull it out, and
yeah, let's take a look here. Yeah, there's a really beautiful first turn from Rob. Gets a lot of release out of his tail, and then jumps back up on the white water. This wind's coming up a little bit of bump coming at him here. Let's see what goes wrong.
Well, all he did is he committed to a lift. He committed to a bump that didn't break.
Happen. Yeah, nothing pushed back.
It was
against him.
nothing more than that, really.
I think Rob's coming off an injury on his foot. He said that it hurts him a little bit more to go front side.
Yep.
And perhaps he was thinking about it on that section. Brock, you're claiming he could be
I think
tense.
it's nerves.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't fall twice in a heat when you're Rob Machado unless it's more nervy than it is injury prone, in my opinion.
Yeah, we don't see Rob make many mistakes in heats, so that's two big mistakes in
yeah,
this heat.
Rob and I have been surfing a lot together this last week before the contest, and one thing that he did have a hard time with are those tight spots where he has to do those little button hook sort of turns because it puts all that pressure on that ankle.
What did he do
Did
to
he
his
break
ankle?
his ankle, or what happened?
He broke a bone. It's called the talus bone in his ankle, and apparently it's not there's no way to fix it. You just sort of let it go.
Yep.
He's out of the water for 6 weeks, and he started surfing last week. So, I mean, don't know.
Boy, his first heat, he looked like he was absolutely 100%. He had one of the highest scores of the day and was surfing so well, but I think it was mostly going right.
Yep, well, here he goes. He's paddling for this little one, and he's going to have a look at a little right, Mike.
Yeah, it's got a nice wall on it, too. This wave looked pretty small, but it's a good one.
It's got a nice double up.
What's he doing?
It's almost like he's thrown it away because that right could have kept going. It would have definitely improved one of his scores.
Yeah, he needs a 7.18. And,
had he really?
Let's take a look here. This wave walled up good. It's a nice first turn.
Look
He
at all the
connects
fan
with that.
he throws.
Yeah, tons of spray. Jumps up on the lip nicely. Here he goes for the 360.
Surprised he did that. He was.
That wave had the potential to get a 7.1.
I think so too. I think he's pressing a little bit. Perhaps he thinks that he needs to do a little more than he really has to after hearing Kelly's score. He seems like he's pressing.
I agree. Now, interesting to note, that 8.5 of Kelly's was a pretty crappy wave.
Yeah, it was a real average wave. He made it happen.
I mean, I don't know how he did, where he does that. I mean, that's why he's an 8-time world champion.
And some more waves on the horizon, you guys. This started this heat really slow, and now the last 15 minutes, quite a few chances for these guys. Let's see what happens.
Someone's emailed in and said the board selection may be the difference. They said that Rob's board looks a little wide, and Rob's board that he's riding is actually a copy of his board he won the U.S. Open on last year. And it was a board that he rode in the first round, but Rob was concerned about that same exact thing before he paddled out. And
Kelly's going to keep him off this left and go to his backside. Nice blast off the top there from Kelly. Lightning fast second turn there and a third snap up off the top. Maybe more of a defensive move, too. He didn't want to give Rob a chance.
Yep. That was Kelly's throwing away a 5-point ride. I think that one's going to be debatable whether he got that, Brock.
Well, it's going to be real debatable, and I don't know if Kelly should have gone on that wave, but there's 2 minutes left, and Rob's out the back, still only needing a 7.1. This heat is far from over.
I think he's going to better a 5 on that.
He might, but also, don't you think? Even if he does improve it, he's giving Rob priority. He could have stayed out there with priority and held Rob off of any wave.
But it looked like a pretty good wave, and he knows how dangerous Rob is on those lefts. Rob only needs a 7.1. So
right. And Rob is dangerous on any wave.
You're right.
And Rob was right in the perfect spot on that wave.
You're right.
And I think they'll actually give him a better score, and they did, because I thought his first right was underscored, and a lot of times the judges kind of remember what
I thought the first wave was like. His first 5.
That's what I'm thinking as well. Yeah.
So fair enough. There is a little over a minute left, and we do have a little bump coming. Rob has priority. He needs an 8.35. I do see waves on the horizon. They do look like they're going to come in time. Rob's just going to have to choose. He's going to have. There's a little wave coming to him now, but he needs to let that one go and kind of roll the dice.
I don't know
here.
if it's going to develop, Pat. They look a little wind swelly out the back. I don't know if he has time.
Well, Kelly's up on this first one. Let's see. It's
But Kelly's really served a smart heat. He really hasn't put a foot wrong in this heat other than that first mistake on his first wave. That's really been the difference. I don't think Rob is going to get an opportunity.
Looks like he might be able to catch a wave. I don't know if it has the potential to be an 8, but
yep, you're right. There's a little bump in front of him now.
There's something for him.
I mean, Rob's going to have to go on this wave. He needs an 8.35, people.
Looks like a pretty good wave,
It's
actually.
a nice little wave. It's formed up. No, it just stopped.
Yeah, it just stopped on him. Nice first turn, but you know, Rob, a couple of mistakes in that heat. He had some chances. He goes for a little head tip.
Look at him.
Yeah,
he's still in that tube.
So frustrating heat there from Rob, but still having a great attitude about it, having a little bit of fun.
Rob has the coolest way of just riding a wave straight.
He never looks bad on a wave.
I've never seen anybody ride a wave straight as cool as Rob.
Rob is just cool.
He's
cool.
You know, he's
no
got a
what,
cool
right?
factor. There's no doubt about Rob being
Huge cool factor.
He loses the heat against Kelly, and it's still cool.
Yeah. Everybody watching is going, hey, Rob Machado is my favorite anyway.
Yeah.
The guy's just epic.
That's so cool.
Taking nothing away from Kelly with the win there as he comes in. But Rob, such a cool guy. And Kelly Slater, he'd be stoked because that was no easy draw for him. And very difficult conditions there. Rob Machado signing some autographs for his fans.
Yeah, that's a great point. Funny stuff. You know, one thing about Rob, he's just so recognizable, man. People, I surf and hang out with Rob all the time, and people see him from, I mean, I guess it's a hairdo, but they see him from so far away, and he just has that.
You can't miss him.
He can't miss him, and everybody wants to talk to him. And
it's funny. You can't miss him, and yet he's the quietest, shyest guy in the corner. But you just can't miss him. He's almost got a presence, and it is the hair, but he's got some kind of presence that people, are attracted to.
Yep. Here comes Kel walking up the beach with his. He's like the Pied Piper.
So in this heat, we got Freddie P.
Yeah, Freddie P's up against Ace Buchan from Australia. This is a great heat.